What is up, you guys, and welcome to the very first segment of the Evolving Bitch podcast. I can't believe I'm here doing this. I never thought I'd be doing something like this, but you know what? I just went through some shit in my life, and I was like, let's start a fucking podcast. So here we are. We're evolving. At least I am. And if you're not quite yet, I'm going to help you get there. At least I'm going to try my best to help you get there. This is just going to be like the introduction. I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of what's going to go on in this podcast. I could write a really long description for you to read, but me personally, if I'm reading a description and it's too long, I get lost and I lose interest. So instead, you can listen to me jibber jabber and talk about it. So, starting off with the name, The Evolving Bitch. I actually didn't come up with this on my own. I have to give credits to my sissy. Her name is Jess. She just said it one day and I was like, oh my god, that's it. I was struggling so hard to find a name. I didn't know. I felt like I had so many things that I was going to talk about. I just wanted it to be something that people were going to be like, I need to listen to that shit. So thank you, Jess, for that. But yes, here we are. I have been working on this for quite some time, and I'm just so happy to be doing this. Anyways, let's get right into it. So, this podcast, this is going to be a super open podcast. I'm literally going to talk about everything and anything. We are going to be talking about self-love. I'm on this big ass self-love journey. I've been doing it for about a year now. So yeah, self-love. If you struggle with insecurities, if you have anxiety, if you're battling depression, just learning to love yourself, self-confidence, women empowerment, everyday struggles, sexual abuse, toxic relationships, and finding your worth. You guys, these are things that I have been working so damn hard on. I feel like so often they're just things that we read, and I used to read over them and just be like, oh yeah, whatever, like, I love myself. But no, I did not love myself a year ago. I was in a pretty dark place, but here we are now. I am evolving. There you go. There's the title. Again, it just makes sense. Okay. I need to relax because I'm way too freaking excited. Okay. I just want to kind of give you guys insight as to who I am and stuff like that and what my mission is here. So if you ask me how I would describe myself, I would say that I am someone who has seen both the beautiful things in this world and the very, very ugly things in this world at a very young age. And I know that, speaking from experience, there is a lot worse that can happen, and there is a lot worse that people go through every day. But I'm just talking like as a teenager, growing up, going through that shit in high school has led me to the woman that I am today. So, I just felt like personally for a while it was so impossible for me to see those negative experiences in my life as a lesson. I would dwell on them. I would think about it for days. I would be like, oh my god, this is so fucking terrible. Like, why me? Why now? But every single experience is a lesson, good or bad. But the best lessons come from the bad experiences. And although they are hard to get through, they are a bitch, you can get through it. I feel like a word that stuck out to me was misunderstood. I feel like so often we are misunderstood when we are talking about insecurities, when we are talking about anxiety, when we're talking about depression. A lot of people don't get it, and that's totally fine, and that's normal. A lot of people just don't get it, and that's totally fine, but when people understand you and people relate to you, it makes a huge fucking difference. And down the road, you're gonna learn that not everybody's gonna understand you, and that's okay. Don't judge those people for not understanding. They just haven't gone through or are going through the same shit that you are. And I feel like sometimes people get angry at other people for not understanding. I know at a point in my life, I got so frustrated because I'm like, you just don't get it. Like, there's no point in me explaining to you what's wrong because you just don't get it. And that's a terrible fucking mindset to be in, because you know what? Trying to get somebody to understand what you're going through is actually going to help you understand. It is going to teach you things about yourself that you didn't know. You are literally, if you're teaching somebody else what it's like, you understand yourself. And I, for so long, just felt like I didn't understand myself, and it would make me upset and angry, and I just like a ball of emotions. Anyways, I'm going off, but this podcast, I want you to listen to any time of the day. You wake up in the morning, you're having a shitty morning, you can't get out of bed, listen to the podcast. You are late night relaxing. I love to zen out. I love essential oils. I love mood lighting. I love wine, you guys, wine. I love doing yoga. I love meditating. And these are all things that I've recently come into because I'm learning to love myself. I'm learning that I need to take care of myself. Just a disclaimer before we get into all of this. I am not a doctor. I do not have a degree in any of this stuff. I am speaking from personal experience. This is stuff that worked for me, and continues to work for me, and it might not work for everybody, and that's okay, but you need to figure out what is going to work for you. I was just listening back to that, and I got way off a topic. So, let's wrap this shit up. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that was enough information for you to know what this podcast is about. Each episode is going to be very different, though. I'm going to have lots of guests, so look forward to that. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you're listening to this, I love you. Your support means the world. Thank you so much, Ina. I am so excited for this journey. I have no expectations. I am just going with the flow of things, y'all. So, with that being said, grab your drink of choice. Right now, I have a glass of white wine in my hand. And let's cheers to kicking off the Evolving Bitch podcast. And by the end of this, we are all going to be evolving bitches. So cheers, you guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I can't wait for you to tune into the next one.